start this off by saying that I'm sorry to those that I've offended. I've been speaking rather harshly. Remember one thing, I speak it from the heart. So if I said it, I meant it. My nigga ride with me and not. Hold up.
Lyricists Anonymous Live with your host, the teacher, the MC. Very glad to be here today. So before we get started, we're actually going to go around the room and let everybody introduce themselves, starting right over here.
Ready? Symphony.
Joshua.
Dr. Laveau.
Deidre Grace.
Very glad to see everybody's one. So a question to ask is why can't success help separate us from jail? We see in other industries, we see in other I guess walks. We see a certain type of network that's set up that not necessarily protects you from jail, but there's certain types of actions that not only you know not to take, but you're protected from in a way. There's just a certain way that you carry yourself.
I don't think they're being held accountable. Hence why they keep doing what they're doing.
Well, whose job is it to hold them accountable?
Themselves, their fans.
Well, I guess, with that, and I guess that's another question, like, because we're consumers, we see our artists, there's plenty more examples other than these, and how do we as consumers hold artists responsible for bad decisions, for bad, I guess, press, if you want to call it that, disrespectfulness, to fans and other people.
You know what, I don't think us as consumers, I don't think we hold them accountable. Yeah, I really don't, because us, not me personally, but I feel like we glorify them.
Right.
The idols, the guys, whatever you want to call it. We don't hold them accountable.
Yeah, we need to hold them accountable. And personally, I think Lyricists Anonymous is doing a great job. I think that's where we're starting at, as far as calling them out right here in this radio, and in this studio session right here. This is where it starts.
Right.
As young artists, trying to, differentiate that hip hop from, the craziness that's, that they calling hip hop when it's low key, not at all. What I mean? So I think this is where it starts. Let's call them out. Let's put them on blast. I mean, we're not pointing the finger at, yo, Chris Brown, you shouldn't have did what you did. Hey, yo, 50, what's going on in your life right now? Because at the end of the day, we are all human. We all gonna make mistakes.
Exactly.
But Lyricists Anonymous, I think, we're doing a good job right now. I think that's where it's gonna start at. Not necessarily, all right, Chris, I ain't gonna buy your album no more. 50 ain't gonna go watch your movies or whatever. That's harsh.
Right. It is.
But at the end of the day, we do gotta hold them accountable. So let's call them out like we doing right now.
Exactly.
Let's squash it. Let's man to man, woman to woman. Let's go.
For sure.
We got young babies looking at y'all growing up, and you talk about violence in the world right now. Look what you're putting out here. Let's get into it.
Exactly.
A lot of people forget that, these people are human just like us, just like Symphony just said. These guys had these problems before they hit the spotlight. Mm-hmm. The fact that they're in the spotlight now, their problems are coming to light. Mm-hmm. All right? Obviously, they should have had a good PR. They could have covered that up just a little bit more.
What?
In my honest opinion, you know what I'm saying? But as humans, as people in the spotlight, as people that are influenced on youth, their message, with their actions,
Speakers to mic.
it's their responsibility to go ahead and realize what they're doing. They have to take control of what they're doing. And what we're seeing from the general public's perspective is that these guys are losing control.
Yeah.
There's no self-control right now.
Right.
Hopefully they can regain that. I'm from New York. I'm a big fan of 50.
Yeah. I'm a big fan.
You know what I'm saying? Chris Brown.
Huge fan.
Huge fan. Very musically talented man. As far as his mental right now, he needs to get himself together.
I know, like Dave Chappelle, I know he talked about, after he left Comedy Central, he's like, to call somebody crazy is dismissive because you don't know what's going on behind those scenes. So there's influences behind the scenes that is, and I mean, people, it's almost cliche now to say, they're getting these artists to say violent things or to do crazy things or to put their hands on people. It's become so cliche we don't address it anymore from a sense of caring, or even if we want to take it a little larger as far as what this cycle really perpetuates and going like just violence in general. This Trayvon case has almost become cliche to some people because the importance of it gets watered down because we don't find tangible ways to address them. We don't go, okay, this is how we connect to a Chris Brown or connect to somebody where those influences aren't still there. And in the same breath, like I said, we're not saying that anymore, and we're not saying, okay, we're gonna go and affect the community that, let's say, Trayvon Martin came up in, or other kids in Florida and things. It's like, well, how do we feel about this one case, or how shouldn't we feel about it? So with that being said, we're gonna come back with a little more commentary after we get into a little mixing from DJ Kid Marvel. So stay tuned. This is Lyricists Anonymous.
Today we're here with Remedy.
What up, Grace?
Interviewing you, what's going on. So, I just want to ask you a couple questions, dealing with hip hop. Your new mixtape that just dropped. What's the name of your new mixtape?
The Resistance.
Resistance. What inspired that? Like, tell us about the mixtape.
I'll just say life. My life inspired it. The other people around me, their lives inspired it.
Okay.
So it's life in general.
Okay, well, I have another question for you. What does hip hop culture and its elements mean to you, and why is it your passion?
Wow, that's deep. Hip hop to me is really just staying true to yourself.
Okay.
You gotta keep it real at all times. That's how I feel. That's what my music reflects.
All right. So, how do you feel about the difference between rap versus hip hop? It's been like a lot of conversations about that. Like, what's your take on that?
Wow. You know what? Sometimes I feel like I am hip hop. And sometimes rap it's mainstream a lot. And what I'm doing, I feel like it's a little harder for me.
It's deeper than that.
It's deeper than that. It's deeper than rap. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So, who's been a major inspiration to you in the hip hop culture, and why?
Wow. I'm gonna have to go Lauryn Hill on that one.
Oh yes, I love Lauryn Hill.
So dope. Forever.
All right. So, what are some of the most memorable experiences where you believe you made an impression in the culture and the elements, or how you touch people's lives?
You know what? I have to say, when I dropped my mixtape, it meant everything to me.
When did you drop your mixtape?
July 8th.
Where can we go hear that? Where can we go hear that?
I do hip hop. Check out *Remedy. If you want to check that out, download it.
Cool. So where does hip hop need improvement or change, and how should it evolve from your perspective?
You know what? They need to show these female MCs more love. We need love. They sleeping on us right now. Nicki ain't the only rapper.
All right. Well, those are just a few questions. Nice interviewing you, Remedy.
Yo, it feels good to be sitting in the seat so comfy, and yes, I'm trying to run over every hater like Humvee. Yes, I feel so blessed to be up in the building right now, so I got to switch the flow up, and no, I never fall, forever go up. I'm elevating, I didn't need no reefer to do it, but I'm digging so much deeper than other MCs, and I'm fluid. I'm so for real with it, and LA, we in the building, and we got no knife in our pocket, but yes, we got to kill it. Now I pass it.
I'ma take it. I promise I'ma own it. Every moment is my moment. Looking at my watch, like ain't enough time on it. I progressed and then I grown. They say I still haven't shown, but I hate being arrogant. Maybe I should flaunt it. They say imitate them, now imitate me. Imitate me, and they really hate the fact that dopest MCs are she. And I'ma pass it. I'ma pass it.
We're killing the mics again, letting them know that I'm getting this in, letting them know that I'm killing them with every bit of the vision and whatever I do, I'm doing it now. Know that I'm shutting them down, know that I'm running this shit until I get a crown. I'm doing it now, trying to keep it a little bit censored for the radio. Gotta shut down the radio. Can't nobody mess with their kids, they on the station now, but I break it on down. But they hope they messing with me, they messing with he who be running the streets. You know that I do it to death, and I do it to nothing that's left. I'm blessed.
Yeah, poetic etiquette, how I poet, you'll be like an intoxicated celebrity with potent fumes seeping through your soul's crevices. You must have been sipping heavily, don't negate from this remedy, ain't gonna poison your sanity. With rappers doing the same things, they're lyrical lesbians, but yet they're delirious lyricists with a powerful sedative. Rappers should abort their lyrical fetuses before I'm forced to cut open and destroy your C-section. The microphone is sensitive. Okay.
So anybody got any promotions they want to get into before we leave?
Jonathan Joshua, he's a producer. Go ahead and
yes, I'm a producer from Surplus to Sex Studios. If you would like to contact, hit me at 940-923-2734. Thank you.
Yeah, this is Remy. produced my mixtape. Shout out to him. Josh, aka Vendetta. He does great work, so that's what it is.
For sure.
Check it out. It's your boy Laveau. Everybody, August 24th, 12 p.m. Be sure to go ahead and register on Eventbrite for the Show and Prove concert series hosted by the man Cub, judged by Donovan A&R. Check it out online at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Got a commercial for you.
Got another event this Wednesday, the 15th. We got Fill Our Day live at Empire Nightclub. Also got my man Tichi opening. My man Uno Hype, Hostile Youth, shout out. We'll see everybody this Wednesday, 15th. Get your tickets, empire.com.
Don't forget 10 more heads gonna be on that list also. We'll be opening up with my man Tichi.
For sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot.
For sure. You got anything for us, Miss Grace?
Grace period. Next month, we'll be out. Mixtape.
For sure. Once again, thank y'all for listening in. This has been Lyricists Anonymous. Till next time, we out. Peace.